Let's go. Take one.
Okay.
Hello, everybody out there in internet land. I'm David.
And I'm Joy.
And we are American in the Philippines, this channel.
Yes.
So today's video is just going to kind of be off the cuff, raw, no script. It's going to be interesting.
Okay.
But first, we always talk about
Subscribers. We have 3,101 subscribers. Yay!
3,100. Yeah. Go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we know this channel doesn't exist without you watching, and if you're subscribed, that's even better. But we do appreciate you watching. We know that's why this channel exists. If you're not subscribed, please do think about clicking that button. It's free. It's painless. No muss, no fuss. If you like the videos or we give you some information you find useful, please do give us a like, thumbs up. And if you are subscribed, please do click that bell notification. It'll let you know when we put out a new video, which we try to do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about relationship differences in the cultures. It's something I noticed right away with us. While I was still in America, we were talking back and forth on the internet. So I've learned more and more as I've been here. But when I first started talking to Joy, it shocked me. I was like, whoa. We're going to talk about what shocked me. So breakdown, I'm from America. Obviously in America, we do dating to learn about each other. So we ask a girl out that you think is pretty or you find attractive, whatever, or you just think is a good match for you. And you ask her out and you go out to dinner and you talk. And the main reason you're talking back and forth is to get to know each other. So you're learning about each other's lives, how you grew up, what your family's like, what that person's like. And you do this over and over and over. So you go out on a second date, a third date, a fourth date. And this is all learning about each other. And we do this for quite a while before we even say we're in a relationship. So totally different than it is here by a long shot. So you want to talk about your culture?
Yeah, our culture is like we have dating too, like going out to eat.
No, wait a second. You said you didn't have dating.
We have, but it is like going out to eat and everything. But as a girl in our culture, if I agree to the boy that I'm gonna go to date with you, eat outside, it means I like you. That's why we go out. I want to know you. It is like we have something in our mind that maybe this guy is my future husband, like this, like that. So we are more advanced about thinking because we don't go for a date to the person that we don't like. Like we don't entertain messages or calls to the person that we don't like.
Yeah, we don't date somebody we don't like either.
Oh,
if you find somebody hideous or mean or something, you're not going to ask them out.
Yeah, but when our mind, when we are dating, we are like date to marry, like that. In our mind, in our culture, we are like that.
Yeah.
So in our mind, we have sweet thoughts about, oh, this guy gonna be my boyfriend, this guy gonna be my future husband, this guy, we're gonna build house with this guy, like that.
Yeah, I thought you said it pretty good before when you were saying in your culture it's more courting.
Yeah, we have
not really dating. We call it dating, and we go through a long process of months and months and months of getting to know each other. Here, it's more courting. So you're automatically thinking, when you get together to go on a date, you're automatically thinking courting for marriage, for family, for the next step, the next step, the next step. You're all about future. And we're more about, I don't know if this has a future, but we're going to go out and see. That's our culture.
And our courting is that you are not allowed to bring the girl into, like in our culture, you are not allowed to bring the girl into like one house, living together. It's not like that. Courting is like you're gonna go outside, ask for the parents that I'm gonna bring Joy to dinner tonight, bring home Joy at the time that Tatay said 6 in the afternoon. You're gonna bring
And
it
possibly
home.
even have a chaperone.
Sometimes they
Yeah.
bring a chaperone, cousins, or like that.
Yeah, somebody to make sure you
Yeah.
don't get too frisky.
So you are not allowed courting time in our culture is you are not allowed to bring the girl into a private area.
Hmm.
You know, like a house, hotel, whatever. It is like going
Somewhere where it's
outside in a
just alone, the two of you.
public.
This
Yeah.
no good.
Yeah, not good
You
for
got to be out in
tatay.
public.
Yeah,
Interesting.
for our parents is not good, and especially when you grow up in a province.
Hmm.
Yeah, your parents is more strict about it. Like you have it has a guide wants to court you. Sometimes the father I experience here, the father of the guy told to the guy told to the father because it's a friend of Tatay said that he wanna court me. So Tatay agree. Okay, it's up to Joy if she agree. If I said no, I'm not. No, they
So
don't
with some
wanna.
families here out in the province, some families the father still makes a decision for the daughter. So
No.
if another person came
It
and
is
asked Tatay,
ask Tatay, and then Tatay gonna ask you for a respect.
but is there some families that Tatay might make the decision and just say, yeah, this is a good match for you?
No,
Does
no,
that still
no.
exist?
Tatay never
No.
do that. But
No, I'm not saying you're Tatay. What I'm saying is out
some,
in the province,
sometimes,
does it still exist where
yeah,
the father might
sometimes.
say, yes, this is a good choice for
Sometimes
my
when-
daughter. She doesn't have a choice. You're going to court.
When they are like a family friend, they are good family, you're good family, sometimes they agree.
They still type of arranged type of thing.
Mhm.
Where this would be a good
Yeah.
coupling.
Yeah, but you have to do the courting stage, like years, months of courting stage, without private time together. Just
Years
have
or
some.
months, really?
Sometimes they had years.
So when we started talking online and we got to the point where we really started knowing each other,
Tatay gonna pinch me.
it got serious quick. A lot quicker than it would for us in America.
Yeah.
So we got serious quick, but you're saying even here, if it's courting, that it would be months and years still, maybe,
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you're like living together and
The
and getting
short
serious.
sometimes 3 months, and the long courting time is like 2 years. I know a lot of person about courting, my classmates, my friends.
So with us, I just swept you off your feet. You were totally blown away.
Yeah. Tatay gonna pinch me.
She's going to get in trouble with her Tatay. Tatay, if
Tatay
you're
don't
watching
know.
this video, she didn't do anything wrong. I was still in America. She was still here.
Yeah, we have like 9 months in relationship.
Yeah, we had online for a long time.
relationship. So Tatay, don't pinch me about that because
Yeah,
it's 9
Tatay,
months.
don't get mad. Nana, don't get mad. We had 9 months before I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might have moved fast for what I thought was a relationship, how we would date in America versus how you date here. But we still had 9 months where we knew we were gonna be online.
Yeah, because it's pandemic time.
Yeah.
So
online, I mean, we just
that's
got
why
to know
I'm
each
not
other.
scared to say I love you to you.
Oh, it came out.
because it's it's online. So it's pandemic time, and you're part
So
to it.
that was the big thing. I didn't want to say it because I know Joy's kind of nervous about it, but that was the big thing. So she said it, so I guess I'm allowed now. She told me she loved me when we were online relationship.
Time with
And
you.
for us in America, you're like, whoa, how do you love me? You don't know me really. I mean, we were getting to know each other pretty good. So you can say online you don't really know each other at all, but we spent a lot of time in video chats and talking and texting and a lot of video.
Sometimes
So we did a lot of video talks.
Yeah, sometimes I sleep late at night just to talk to you because it's morning in your time. You go to the gym. So I really like this guy. That is what I was saying. And it's pandemic.
And that's what it broke down to too. When I talked to Joanne, I said, we don't say words like that this quick, like getting to know someone. And she said, but I really like you. And I said, okay, I get that, but liking, and
It's
then
a
you say the other word
different.
is like totally different. But
Yeah.
for her, she said, everything I see in you is great. So I feel this already.
Yeah.
And it made a little bit more sense when she said it like that, but it's a difference. So be prepared if you're from the West. They're going to move. When you go on a date, they're already thinking, what is our house going to look like? What is
Yeah,
our
yeah,
future going to
yeah.
be? How many kids are we going to have?
Yeah.
They're planning everything on the first time you meet. They, if you're the one for them. I mean, they're not going to do that if they don't have if they're not into you, if they don't like you, if there's something wrong. But they're already feeling that and already starting to plan that way. So you need to be aware of that if you're from the West. It's a big difference. And the big thing, I think, is just talking, communicating a lot. We got that easily because we had 9 months of online. So
Yeah.
we got to talk about all this stuff about, okay, she has a son. Okay, that's great. I don't want to have kids. Because another big thing for Filipinos here, especially for a foreigner, they want to have a kid.
Yeah, because they're cute.
Yeah, they think the mixed babies are like the best baby in the world.
Cute.
So they want to have kids. But it's something you need to talk about beforehand. So it made it easy for us because we had that 9 months buffer where all we could do was chat back and forth. So we did hours and hours and hours every day of talking. So we got all that stuff out of the way. We knew a lot before I got here. We knew everything, I think.
Yeah.
And most of the majority of the stuff we had out of the way before I even got here. Because we got so much time we had to talk.
Talking. Because it's pandemic time, so you cannot go home.
But it is something to know. So when you start a relationship, make sure that it's the relationship for you, because in her mind, she's already walking down the aisle and planning your family life. So you need to know that going into it and make sure it's the right one for you. And also, they want to have mixed babies. So you need to have
Especially
that talk.
when you travel, like you travel 16 hours going to the Philippines. The girl is so, oh my God, he did it for me. He traveled a long way to meet me. So it means it's my future.
Yeah.
That is what he thinks. So if the girl like from the Visayas or Mindanao travel to Manila to meet you in the airport, it's very effort to them to do that, because sometimes province girl is scared to go out to the city. So for her, I'm gonna do it because this is my future. That is in my mind. Why she's traveling, going to Manila, in her mind, this is my future husband. I'm gonna have these 2 kids. I'm gonna
Yeah.
yeah, it is like more sweet thoughts.
And we actually use that. So one of the things we do back and forth is, I love you more. No, I love you more. I actually use the 16-hour trip and leaving my country as a little bit of boost for my I love you more. I moved from my country to your country.
Yeah, but no.
Not that I win. She always wins, but
No.
it's kind of a funny story.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think we covered the basics, right? That's
the
big thing you need to know is the difference in cultures. The biggest difference is they're already planning your future when you go on that first date.
Yeah.
And from the Western side, you might be thinking, I'm trying to get to know this person to see if I even want to go on a second date. But you need to know what she's thinking in her head is, oh, we're going to have a great wedding. We're going to live in a nice house. We're going to have 4 kids. I want to name the first one this. So you need to be aware of that.
Most of Filipino, most of our culture is like date to marry. When we go for a date, it is like we're thinking about we gonna marry this guy. That is, we are not like collecting, and then date, and then don't talk. We are not like that. We are like dating, and then I like this guy, date to marry. That is what they call.
It really is more like courting. I think courting is a good word for it. Your culture.
Yeah,
is
courting.
more courting.
And when it's courting time, it's involved to your parents. You have to court the parents too.
Yeah, I went and
Visit
talked
in the house.
I went and asked Tatai when I got here if it was okay if I was with Joy.
Yeah, with that is okay, but
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's the video. I think we covered it pretty well. Do feel free to comment down below. Let us know your stories. If you've been to the
Yes.
Philippines, have you dated, courted?
Yeah.
Let us know what you've ran into.
I wanna know
I'm sure
if they're scared to their Filipina too when their Filipina said I love you at
Oh, yeah,
first
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
At
did you do like
first
me? Did you go,
time.
ah? She said, I love you already.
Yeah, I wanna know
Please
that.
put that down in the comment. I want to know if
I wanna
anybody
know.
else got scared,
I wanna
shocked
laugh.
by the I love you. Happens pretty quick.
Yeah, I wanna know their story, love stories.
Yeah, please do share your stories down in the comments down
I
below.
wanna laugh.
And we'll come back with another video soon.
Yeah.
You guys have a great day.
Bye-bye.
We got to take Gabby out and do some practice driving. He's got his student license, so wish us luck. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.